My name is Ineka Ani and I am the focal lead for Port Harcourt Spouses. We all are here to present 10 tips to keep our family safe. Number 1, love. This single act can be the savior between life and death. Buckle up your seatbelt, whether you are in the airplane, whether you are in the car. This single act has prevented a lot of deaths. Stay alive.
Hello everyone, my name is Vivian Gabriel, and in the light of the family safety tips, I would like to talk about the use of child safety seats. Now, using child safety seats is said to reduce the risk of fatal injury for up to about 70%. It is not enough to only own a child safety seat, but we must make sure it is being installed properly. In fact, statistics has it that 80% of parents who use child safety seats do not install properly. Also, the best place for a child to sit in a safety seat is behind the car and also at the middle of the car seat, of the back seat of the car. If the child for any reason is supposed to sit at the front seat, the airbag is meant to be turned off. These are some of the tips to keep your child safe while driving. Remember, a step to safety can save a life. Thank you.
Don't drink and drive. Consider this. Approximately 40% of auto accident deaths involve drinking. In drunk driving deaths involving children, over 60% of the children are riding in the drunk driver's car. If you will be drinking, please designate a non-drinker, someone who's not drinking, or call a cab. Also, if you know you're emotionally unstable, you're angry, someone has upset you, you're unhappy about something, depression can cause a lot of things. You could be absent-minded. Please call someone to drive. Do not drive if you're angry. Do not drive if you're going to drink. Do not drive if you know that you're even going to have a glass of wine. Please consider this. Thank you.
Always use a helmet when playing the sports, such as American football, biking. Always insist that your children put on their helmet and ensure that the helmet is properly fastened. This is for the family safety. Stay alive, ensure strict rules. No helmet, no playing the sport. And also set a good example by wearing your own helmet.
I will be speaking on prevention of falls. Falls is a very common incident that happens in the home. It's common amongst the children and the elderly ones. The consequences of arising from a fall can be very devastating, and therefore very important that we prevent it from happening in the first place. So these are a few tips on how to prevent falls. Number 1, good housekeeping. Ensure that items are kept in their designated areas. Number 2, ensure that the home is well lit, especially in the evenings. Number 3, ensure that the floor is kept dry from all forms of liquid, water, oil, milk, etc. Also ensure that the bathrooms have non-slip mats to prevent slips. And then on the stairways, encourage and ensure that people use the handrails, especially the elderly people. Would also remember outside the home, we will ensure that items are properly stored and kept away from the walkways to prevent people from stumbling. These are very common knowledge, things that we all know but often neglected. So I want to use this opportunity to remind us again to put these things into practice and remain safe. Thank you.
My name is Maureen Agbonpese. I'm talking about watch those windows. Screens are designed to keep insects out, not children in. These are the screens we're talking about, something like this. We are actually supposed to periodically check that these windows can be opened in case of emergency, because they're actually meant to keep insects out, not children in. So if you install guards in your home, ensure that periodically you check from time to time that they're able to open in case of emergency. So that is it. We have to be very careful. That's part of the safety tips. Is actually the windows should be checked from time to time periodically to be sure that they can be opened in case of emergency, fire. You can be able to break it open. There are no paints that are glued the windows together. Swollen. Sometimes after a period of time, the windows get swollen so that you can open them. So it's our duty to ensure that we check periodically that we can have access to these windows in the case of emergency. Thank you very much.
Poisoning is the leading cause of death in many homes. A lot of children have been poisoned in the home due to lack of putting our medicine safely away from the preying young ants. Medicines such as ibuprofen, you can see it's a very pink color. Make sure it's properly kept in the first aid box and stored away from the prying hands of the young ones. Cleaning agents such as hypo has also poisoned a lot of children. You do not pour hypo into an empty container of a soft drink or honey or previously consumed products. Please don't do this to keep our children and our family safe. Also, always check the expiry dates of products before purchase. Look out for the expiry dates of any product you're buying. This expires in the year 2024 and has the NAFDAC number. Always look out for the NAFDAC registration number of any product you're buying for your family. Always check the expiry date of spices also. Let us put hands together and keep our family safe.
Did you know that more than 3,000 people drown every year, and children up to the age of 4 are the most susceptible? Swimming is a survival skill that everyone needs to acquire. It is very important that children learn how to swim from an early age. Are you aware that babies can learn to swim from 6 months old? If you have a swimming pool, jacuzzi or hot tub, please install it with a cover and cover it when not in use. Hello everyone, my name is Overemphasized and I just want to share one tip for us to keep safe as families is to be watchful near water. It's essential that we follow life-saving rules around any body of water. Some rules include, but are not limited to, ensuring that we never leave any child alone in any body of water, especially a toddler in a bathtub. Number 2, never ever swim alone. And number 3, if you are attempting to swim in any body of water, ensure that there is a lifeguard on duty. Happy Family Safety Week and stay safe always.
Good day everyone, I'm Mrs. Bodoka Chike. I'm here to talk about ways we can avoid children from choking. There are various ways we can avoid children from choking. Parents should at all times advise their children not to sing, play, dance, or even watch television while eating. It is very important for parents to advise their children to chew their food gently. It is also important for parents to advise their children not to eat hard nuts, especially the toddlers. They are not supposed to eat anything hard. Parents should at all times encourage their children not to lie down while eating. Parents should always teach their children not to eat while they are driving because this can cause them from choking. Parents should not fry anything that will hurt the children or cause them from choking. Whenever they want to fry something, they should excuse the children. Parents should at all times watch their children and advise them to eat with the right cutleries. The toddlers are supposed to use the smaller spoon. The right cutlery should be used whenever they are eating. Thank you.
Be prepared for fire. Smoke detectors and fire extinguishers can help prevent injury and death if a fire breaks out in your home. Smoke detectors should be checked monthly and change the batteries twice a year. Make sure that everyone knows where to meet outside the house. That is the muster assembly point. It could be in the garden, in an open field, where everyone in the home can gather together. Teach children the last names, addresses, and how to call the fire service department in case of emergency. To prevent fires at home, make sure all electrical appliances, electrical cords, and outlets are in good condition. Keep children, pets, and combustible materials away from space heaters. If you smoke, don't smoke in the bed or on upholstered furniture. Avoid lighting candles. Avoid overloading an electrical outlet. Be mindful while cooking. Smoke with caution and keep fire escape plans ready. Stay safe. Thank you from Port Harcourt Spouses.